Well, last year was so bad with the Bucks. After that, anything would have been better. I don't know what to do. I'm not a fan. Whatever. Well, you're through the point where, yeah, it's been amazing. You're through the point where the humidity and the heat should start to go away, and the should start to go away, and it gets better. That's what it's working. But, well,
Do you want to trade?
Don't matter to me, whatever you're more comfortable at.
yeah,
You're
we've,
on camera, I'm not.
we've got fire clubs for the kids like that. And once it's just kind of doing that.
You know, you just feel keep me weak, because
Perfect.
keep hitting my shin.
Yes.
I'll be there. You have signs there?
Oh, you were stitch.
We start talking.
And I saw, I knew this is the
The 9-year-old would do it if I let him. And it was a little, you're right.
Yeah, there's no.
I don't know.
And then you get him out and play basketball. He's not confident enough, so yeah. So I was the same way. Yeah, if there's a way to teach that, everybody would do it. They just gotta kind of
Yeah.
make mistakes. Yeah.
Did you get to see that?
Exactly, yeah, as long as we avoid that.
I didn't see it, I looked past the remnants of it, and we're still cleaning up the FedEx and the other semi, cleaning up the explorers.
Right,
Down on the
yeah,
ditch.
past this,
And there was apparently a straight truck involved too, but I didn't see that.
They don't
And now you know it's sunscreen.
Yeah, FedEx truck was still there.
But at
and the
least
other
you
semi-
can-
Wow,
The explorer was down there.
You know what to
But I didn't see, it wasn't still, they were still cleaning it up. Dragging them up.
They're all
And
One side of the FedEx truck was peeled off,
the other.
the trailer. The side of the FedEx,
Yeah,
the trailer just peeled right off.
Yeah, when you leave, just go down, run the paper, take it all the way down. If you're absolutely positive, we're not planning on doing it. When it turns into a dirt road, it curves around, then you turn it back, park the road there.
Okay.
Go through the village. The time now is 7 o'clock. We call our meeting to order. Please rise and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. You may be seated. Madam Clerk, may I have the roll call, please?
Sure. Mike Cunningham.
Here.
Kurt Schultz.
Here.
Jennifer Eden. Here. Herman Ferguson.
Here.
David Walker.
Here.
Zach Tucker.
Here.
Pam Mockler. Here.
Okay. I'd like to add one thing to the agenda, discussion on Zoom for item number 4 under new business. And I'll entertain a motion. So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to approve the agenda as amended. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? That motion carries. Next is approval of the consent agenda. Regular board meeting minutes from August 16th, 2022. Special board meeting minutes from August 24th, 2022. Clerk's warrants and bills from August 31st, 2022.
So moved.
Support. Been motioned and supported to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Moving on to communications, we have 2 items on our communications. Number 1 is the Livingston County Sheriff Report dated July 31st, 2022, and the Fire Service Report dated August 31st, 2022.
So moved.
Support.
Been motioned and supported to receive communications 1 and 2 and placed on file. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. We're going to go ahead and do public remarks tonight after new business because we have closed sessions, so we won't have to have you guys wait around and suffer through that. So, moving on to our first public remarks. If you have any comments about an agenda item, please let us know and come up to the podium and address the board. Go ahead.
Scott Dietrich, White Lake Road. There's appointment of a planning commission to 2, I know, Kurt, was it Kurt? There was 2 of you guys, Kurt, Schultz, the other Schultz. And now, if their term is up, weren't we supposed to post out for new applicants? I know it's a 1-year term from what I'm reading. I looked it up. Don't we still have to put applications out for that?
No, we don't have to. It's my appointment. So I've got a list of people that have always said, hey, so I keep track of them. And when the time comes, I ask them if they want to be put in. They say yes.
Practice we did. All right, now the Zoom, I know you're talking about getting rid of it. I don't know how many, I know there was a couple of people in the past that had COVID. So it wasn't big. I know it's probably not a lot of people on it. I know Jeanette's taping, so maybe that'll help fill the gap if you guys decide to get rid of it. But I don't know. I don't know what we paid for it already. It's already paid for. But the last thing I got to comment is look at the expressway again. It's all backed up, another accident. It's like something we live with. So we've been out here since, my family's been out here since the 50s. The sheriff's here, all this construction out here, but we never get a 3rd lane. We never get a 3rd lane. We need to get these officials out here. We need to get Heartland Township. I said this last meeting. We need to get Fenton Township. We need to get everybody involved and say enough to the federal government and say, we want US 23 fixed right. They did all these bridges out here. Up north, you go down there, they're taking the bridges out. And they're all 1 piece, 2 pieces, and there's a center, and there's room for a 3rd lane. Like I said, you guys go to the center road here, look at the cement falling off the bridge that they just repaired. Big hunks, big pieces, and they just fixed that just a year or 2 ago? So maybe the sheriff's department's got to get involved too. We need to get the federal government on their ass and say, enough is enough in here. I mean, our fire department, it's not safe for these guys. It's about time to get a 3rd lane out here. I know it's going to take a few years, but we got to get the ball rolling. But you got to get these people in here and start putting their feet to the fire. We're the ones paying the bills. The fire runs, the police runs. And these guys, I mean, I know they're understaffed too. So, I mean, what are we going to do? We just go day by day? I mean, someone's got to get, I think these townships, somebody's got to take the ball and say, listen, go to Fenton, go to Heartland, go all the way down 23, get a hold of all these townships that are involved, and you're saying, hey, enough. It's enough. I mean, people live in this area, we got to put up with this crap. You can't move when this shit happens.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Jeanette.
Jeanette Lopetta, Fuller Drive, also representing a group called Tyrone Township Watch. I didn't time this out, so stop me when I go over my time. The last board meeting was held on a Wednesday morning. The supervisor called it a special meeting, but only email subscribers were notified, and there was no announcement on the township's website. My comments today have to do with lack of transparency and what I see as attempts to prevent residents from knowing what's going on. In fact, even as of today, there's no record of this meeting on the township's website. There's no synopsis of the meeting, something that's always done. There's no packet for the meeting on that website, something that's done. And there was no Zoom invitation, and Zoom wasn't utilized, which is something that was always done for the past couple of years. At the start of the meeting, again, talking about this Wednesday morning meeting, there was no handout of the agreement, which was the reason for the meeting, agreement with the Historical Society. Even though there was public comment time prior to the vote on that agreement, we did not know what was in the letter. Even though there was comment after the vote, we still didn't see what was in the agreement. I had to request a copy by email to me, and I got it several days later. When asked why I couldn't see the agreement, the treasurer told us that we should have gone to the front desk and asked for a copy. I don't feel that that's right, that people have to do that. I mean, what about the people that didn't attend the meeting? Why is this still not out there? And I understand that it's now in the meeting minutes today, but there still was no synopsis. I was told that the meeting was recorded. Jennifer, you said it was recorded. Where's that recording of the meeting? It's not on the website, it's not on the YouTube channel.
We didn't do it right. We didn't do it right.
What's that?
We didn't do it right, and I forgot to post it on the
Okay,
website.
all right,
I
so it's
sent
coming-
it out in the email. None of them did it. That was me.
Okay,
My mistake.
okay, good. So I'm glad that it's coming, that's a good thing. So again, the supervisor said that day when I asked about Zoom, oh, we're going to have this on the next meeting talking about not using Zoom anymore. Thank you for adding it to the agenda today now, which you just added a few minutes later, or a few minutes ago. But how do we know what's on there? Like, what's the reason for ending Zoom? Is there a replacement? Why are we ending Zoom? This is something that's been done for quite a while now. And I don't understand why we're going to discontinue it. People like to use Zoom. They like to see, if they can't come to the meeting, they like to be able to pop in and out of the meeting. So that is my concern. The other one is what Scott also spoke about. 2 members expired last week with the Planning Commission. I don't know why we didn't know about this until now, especially with it being such an important year, the Planning Commission and working on the master plan. Scott asked about an application. No, the supervisor says he has this list. Wouldn't we want the community to know as a whole? There could be many people out there that would love to serve on the Planning Commission. Shouldn't we be looking for the best people and people that have interest? And why did we find out about this when they had expired? We got the meeting agenda on this, and those 2 people are gone. We right now have no planning chair, right now. So I don't understand why we're not asking the community and why it's all up to Mr. Cunningham. I do understand that it's an appointed position, that I get. But when I asked the Planning Commission specifically, if they would go to bat for the community and go to Mr. Cunningham and say, could we form some committees? And I said, even tell him Jeanette Ropetta won't be on the committee. I'll finish up.
Okay.
And I told them, even tell him that. Their answer to me was, and it's on tape, we report to him. We don't do anything for it. We don't listen to the residents, is basically what they said. I find that very sad and not very unacceptable. Thank you.
Is anyone else? Thank you. Moving on to new business. First item of new business is renewal of the Livingston County Sheriff's contract, which expires at the end of this year. Basically, it's the same terms, conditions that we currently have in place, with a 3.5% increase per year. If you look at the compensation rate at the last year, that's only for part of the year. So that's why it's $43,345. So you have anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, so just quickly, so as Supervisor Cunningham mentioned, there's no change in the contract other than the dollar amount. And we get our dollars essentially from fiscal services in conjunction with our financial analysts. So we do a 5-year projection. That those numbers were given to you guys at the beginning of the last contract that you're currently under. So these numbers are no surprise, they haven't changed, they were the same numbers that you were given 3 years ago. This is just an extension, and again, as Supervisor Cunningham pointed out, this stops the end of March 2025, because that's your fiscal year, right, ends then, and then we will have new numbers. So our deputy's contract is up at the end of this year, So then we'll go back and look at true cost again and have another rate going out for the next 5 years as far as what it's going to cost for contracted services. So, you know, I apologize for not getting up here more than we do, but I know you guys have contact with the deputies that work the township, and I kind of operate under the theory that if I don't hear too many complaints, that things are good. So I haven't heard too many complaints, so things are good. Yeah, be happy to entertain any questions.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this. In fact, I almost don't even need to ask, but if the township needs more than one deputy, presumably that this doesn't exclude that. That would still be covered, right?
Yeah, correct. So you guys have a 5-day-a-week, 8-hour-a-day contract. We have an identical contract with Putnam Township. The only difference being is they get 7 days a week, right? Heartland just inked a deal for 7 days a week, 12 hours. So we can, it's truly à la carte, whatever you want.
And then when our special assessment is up, then we can have a discussion how we want to proceed with that. So, whatever the residents want to fund, then we'll do it. So, right. Thanks, Murph. Appreciate you being
I
here.
have a comment.
Sure.
You just said 5 days. This, under third, says services to be performed by sheriff. The sheriff shall furnish police protection and patrol to the township 8 hours a day for 7 days during the
We're
week.
7 days.
I think we are 7 days.
I think he misspoke.
You did? You guys are 7?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
All right, I thought we were, but I'm just clarifying that.
Even the sheriff is human too.
Yes, I know.
That's like my second mistake today. That's like, normally I'm good for about 2 a week, so it's a long holiday. I'm still on paint mode. I painted this week.
Oh, that's what it
Paint fumes in my head. We'll go with that.
is. Good, okay.
So are you charging us for 5 and we're getting 7?
That would be nice.
We get a sweet deal.
Calculations, true 7.
You get a couple more hours in your paper, I will say that.
We do. All right, any other comments for Sheriff Murphy? Thanks, Mark, appreciate it. Thanks, Mark. Any questions or concerns? Then let's entertain the motion. So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to renew the Livingston County Sheriff's contract. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next is appointments to the Planning Commission. Chester Schultz, who has been on our Planning Commission, is resigning. He's not going to be reappointed. Work calls, so we appreciate his time here and service to his community. In his place, Kevin Ross has been pecking at my door, wanting to be on the Planning Commission, and I think he's well-trained, he brings a lot of skill sets. He's here if anybody has any questions. You want to raise your hand so everybody can see that's Kevin. So if the board has any questions. All right, there's none. I'll move on to Rich. Rich is our current planning chair. His term expires, and we're just going to reappoint him. He filled in during a time when Dan Stickle resigned in the middle of his term, and he's done a pretty good job. So, any questions, comments?
So Richard's term would end in 25?
Yes, they're 3-year terms.
So moved. Support.
It's been motioned and supported to appoint Richard Erickson and Kevin Ross to the Planning Commission. Any further discussions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that motion carries. Moving on to item number 3 is a resolution to adopt the Livingston County Hazardous Mitigation Plan, which is right here.
Anybody want to read it?
It basically the plan itself identifies any potential hazards. It has some history of the type of hazards, whether it's a biohazard, a weather hazard, a storm hazard, whatever. So any type of hazard we have, it identifies the threats of hazard. It has some history of past things, floods or whatever could be in there. They identify communities of risk, and what this allows us to do if we adopt this plan is we have an area that's risk, and they're trying to improve that. There's grants from the federal government that open up for us by adopting this plan.
It's a very thorough plan. I read just about every page.
It's 200, it's a lot. So there's some redundancy in there, but there's a lot of data that was compiled. A
So
lot.
they did a lot of surveying work. They put a big amount of time into getting this thing together. So I think they did a really good job with it.
Yeah, nice plan.
It didn't say in the report, but is this triggered, it seemed to, it alluded to, it was silent to it. But is it triggered by the census? I mean, it refers to the 2020 census a lot. So is it triggered by, my question is, when do they update this? Do they just update it every 10 years? Is it?
5.
Okay.
It's 5.
Okay, because if I missed it, it just
Yeah.
seemed like it didn't.
We adopted this
specifically say
this
this is
in
what-
2017.
I was just curious.
Yeah, but census data does figure into it,
Okay.
especially, you look at the size of the community,
Right.
dollar volumes, what have not, and emergency response.
Yeah, okay.
It also lists all the different type of responding agencies that we have, who the contacts are, and what have not.
Hey, Mike, I have a question. I don't know if this ties in with that, but we talked before about the emergency generator. Would have nothing to do with this here?
No,
Okay.
I think if we were to get anything for that, it would probably be through like Red Cross or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's turned out to be really expensive.
Is it the generator?
Yeah. Over 100,000.
Wow. I got some bottles in my garage. We start right now. Hey, I got probably about $200 I'll put in.
You must be thirsty.
It's not me. I just pick them up along the way, or guys with, it's monster drinks. A couple of the guys drank and they just throw them in there. And so they don't turn them in. They just leave them in a garbage can, and I just donate to whatever.
Let's get back to the plan. Any other questions or comments?
No.
I'll entertain a motion.
So resolved.
Yeah, support.
It's been motioned and supported to adopt the Livingston County Hazard Mitigation Plan. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed?
You get, this is a roll call.
Oh, you know what? It is a resolution. Let's withdraw that. Go back to so resolved. In support, so can I have a roll call vote, please?
David Walker,
Yes.
Kurt Schultz,
Yes.
Herb Ferguson,
Yes.
Zach Tucker,
Yes.
Mike Cunningham,
Yes.
Jennifer Eden. Yes. Pam Wampler. Yes.
That resolution passes. Item number 4, Zoom. It's not on our agenda. The governor, through an executive order, gave us the ability to use Zoom. We extended Zoom through an emergency declaration, and we've always kind of kept it in place, thinking that a lot of people would use it, and we're finding that not many people are using it. And it's become a point of contention of it's not working. We've had a tech out here saying it's working. If somebody's got a bad connection, it's not working. It's still our fault. It's not working. To throw thousands of dollars at it for people, I don't know if that's worth the investment. So we're just not going to use it anymore.
I don't even think it's fixable because it's not our internet that's the problem. It's some places in the community that.
And all of our stuff is put on YouTube, so they can still see the meeting. They're not going to miss out on what happened or what was said. So that's that. Any questions or comments?
No, go ahead.
I was just saying on YouTube, it's streamed live, like when it happens.
Yes.
Okay, but they can't, like, if somebody's home, they can't, like, comment or anything?
Right.
From there?
Right. Technically, they told us to end it, but we just kind of kept it in place. It's not a valid format for a meeting. It was just more of a
Convenience thing?
convenience type thing. And
It's still streamed live.
yeah, it still streams live.
Okay.
Right now, it's
Yeah, okay.
streamed live.
Yeah,
Where you do the
yeah.
recording.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so if people that want to pop in and out can, and they just don't have the comment. If they have COVID or something, they can always write a letter to one of us, and we can read it as public comment, so their voice will still be heard. Okay, so we have no more new business. Moving on to public remarks. Any other public comments?
I just want to add to that, I don't know, Jeanette, we did it before, somebody can always, if you guys allow it, somebody could ask some questions or Jeanette, too, it's really important. We're on a big issue, you know, you guys might want to, I don't want to say just for anything, but if we're on a big issue thing, we can, if she's still taping, we can always get a question through that way too. I understand there's just not that many people using it, I understand that, so, but just try to keep the doors of communication open.
Jeanette Lopetta. 4 people are important, if 4 people are listening in. So, there's school boards that use this all across the nation, townships, counties, families, children. And you told us 2 weeks ago how we have a heck of a deal up here because you all have college educations, but you guys can't figure out how to use Zoom. She told us. I think it's, you should be trying to be transparent. What is so funny, is this another free face that I'm getting, a free look?
Sure.
Free look, is it?
Yeah.
A free look.
It's a free look.
Could you get that, please?
It's a free look,
Okay.
no charge.
Well, I have no idea what that means. There's a problem here with the transparency. And I believe that having Zoom operating still would be the right thing to do. I also ask, is this your decision? Is it the board's decision? Did everybody else get a say on this, or is it just your decision?
It was discussed amongst board members.
So a private meeting about it, no vote is needed?
No, it's between Jennifer and Pam and I.
You and Jennifer and Pam?
Yeah.
Okay, just for clarity.
We're the administrative board around here, so yeah.
So there's an attempt to not be clear and transparent with people. So this is
Only
one
by
of
your
them.
thoughts.
Hmm?
Only by your thoughts.
No, because you demonstrated it just even with the last meeting,
Okay.
not providing that document.
Not arguing, not fighting with you. Facts are
I'm not
facts.
fighting with you.
Okay. So, do you have anything else?
I do.
Okay.
The last meeting, when I was told that the only way I could see that document was to go ask for it, and you guys vote on it, have a public meeting, that's not transparency.
When you asked for it, it was given to you.
No, it wasn't. It was
In fact, I heard you even got it the night before, so.
It was given to me by your desk. They told me they emailed it to me the next week. I was told by Jennifer, she said, if you wanted the copy, you should have gone to the front desk. There was no copy here in the room. There was no copy for us to read, to be able to comment on before you voted. That's not transparency. That's what I'm saying. And so to start killing things like Zoom, it seems to me that there's an effort to not be transparent. That's what it looks like to the public. Do you care about that?
No, I do care, but you are living a different reality than I live. So, I'm not saying you're right or wrong, you just live a different reality.
What's my different reality?
You seem to think there's something wrong, and we're transparent as can be.
But I just mentioned 2 things that you weren't transparent on.
You were given the report when you asked for it?
After you voted on it, but not until the next week could I see it.
Yeah, we apologize for that, so,
That's not transparency.
okay. One little thing.
It's not one.
Okay.
It's also changing videos and altering videos.
That
Oh,
is an
we do
outright
that.
lie. Ms. Rapetta, you have
Is it a
something to
lie?
add?
Okay.
If you're gonna sit up here and just lie. Because we haven't altered or changed the video.
Well,
And
you
that's an
have.
outright lie.
You have, and I have proof of it.
All right, have a seat. Your time's up. Anyone else? Being that there's none. We need to,
Need a motion to.
need to meet, a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
Support.
It's a resolution. So now you have to resolve.
I resolve.
Support.
It's been resolved and supported to go into closed session. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call vote, please?
David Walker,
Yes.
Kurt Schultz,
Yes.
Herman Ferguson,
Yes.
Zach Tucker,
Yes.
Mike Cunningham.
Yes.
Jennifer Eden. Yes. Pam Moffett. Yes.
All right, we're gonna go into closed session. You're welcome to hang out. I don't know how long we're gonna be in there. We are not conducting any other business after that. We're just gonna come back and adjourn.
No discussion after at all? Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Am I gonna need my?
You want to